and I forgot to turn the microphone on. So good morning everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann, and now we have vocals. I'm an idiot. So good morning Bents126NI. I'm afraid, no, this is not multiplayer. This is me having fun on a Saturday morning. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. If you want clarifications about how the game works, I can probably cover most of those. One of the things, I am not a farmer, but I am a computer programmer. So the way I tend to play games is figure out what the code logic is behind what we've done. Or what the programmers have done. And I am vaguely familiar with real life farming through YouTube. So I watch a number of YouTube farmers, and for right now I learn real life farming things from them. Obviously this is a game, it doesn't accurately reflect real life, but it is somewhat realistic. I tend to add a lot of mods that add to the realism of the play experience. So I'm using Maize Plus, I'm using precision farming. I do not have the premium edition loaded on this game save because it doesn't appear to play too well with precision farming. So much as I was looking forward to including carrot harvests, for example, I won't be doing that. Okay, good there. And the engine turned off. So, to cover what I was talking about in the first half hour of the broadcast, when I didn't have my microphone on, we need to roll the whole crop, and it's not going to take long because there isn't much of it in the bunker. I have the big M is out on the fields. We started out with a rainy morning, so we had to wait for the rain to clear up before we could do anything. And our small Renault is running the bale wrapper on a copied courseplay of what the big M runs in order to bale up the fields. Now, of course, what I didn't think about is the bale contracts are making grass silage bales, and any fulfillment that is going to go to exports will be what's the word for it? Will be fulfilled by our shipments of grass silage from our own bunker for those contracts. Now that's not a big problem, because all we'll end up doing is collecting the bales, and we'll get monetary compensation for all of the bales that we pick up that should have gone to exports. And the advantage with baling contracts for silage is they ferment instantaneously, as opposed to taking a game day. Someone is blocked by an object. Someone has finished work. Well, shall we go and investigate? I see. You're blocked by an object. I think I can probably do something about that by putting it over there. And off he goes. Now, the big M has finished. And again, we're not right up to the edges of these fields. Actually, this has missed quite a substantial amount of this field. And bits on the end. That's weird. Let me... That did not cut all of the field. I wonder if this bit was outside the field. Where is the entrance? Come on. Oh, did I have... I had this on nearest waypoint, not first waypoint. Well, that was dumb. Let's set it on first waypoint and set it to go again. This will get it to do the outside lap, and then if I keep an eye on it, again with the why are you going down the same path that we already have a bale? That almost looked like the same corner as last time. Oh, this is it tracking around the field in order to start the rows. Fair enough. Okay, going to keep an eye on this. I thought it was a bit weird that it had I'm expecting it to miss this vast acreage in each corner, but to miss the edge is kind of weird. And also, because of the way the big M works, it's missing the ends of the rows as well. So, these tufts here. Not a lot we can do about that. Short of changing our mower setup to something else again. We spent the longest time using the Elho rear-mounted mower and a Valtra, initially a Q, then a T on reverse drive to run it with. But the Elho does not row, so you can be done now. And since the Elho does not row, it takes a lot longer for us to do any jobs. So this is going to be 3 minutes before the baler's done. So I should be able to clear the temporary course, copy the new one, close that off. Where do we want to go next? We want to go to... I think they were fairly close. 92 and 89. 92 and 89. Let's 92 is down here, 89 is over there. Let's go 92, so we should be able to slip out of that, go all the way around to there. That's 92. Why am I doing 92? 92 is a hay contract. Let's wrap it to make silage bales. Okay, the icon is wrong. That's silage. This is a hay icon. But anyway, let's go down to 92. So now that I have a course copied in memory, I can paste that into the Renault when the Renault is finished. And we can set up a new course on the Big M. The Big M is a high hour used piece of equipment, so it didn't cost us much, but it is going to cost us a pretty penny to service frequently. I don't think I'm too fussed about that though, because it's a thing that we're going to use for mowing, and we don't do a lot of mowing, at least not on our farm. We do a lot of service contracts for baling, and we have good equipment for it. Cameo, good morning. Yes, it is. Everything is well, I think. I had physical therapy this week, and it's so painful. But it's a thing I have to go through. 5 weeks, 10 sessions, about an hour and a half a time of bending and stretching and clenching my butt cheeks and all sorts of fun stuff to strengthen my back muscles. Okay, here we are again. The younger kids are awake. Teenage Osa and Mrs. Osa are sleeping, at least they were last time I checked. Back. And now we're set to first waypoint, so that should be okay. So how are your New Year's going so far? Okay, course play. Off you go. This job will take. Still thinking about it. 10.5 minutes. The baler has 28 seconds. This is good. Let's go find the baler. Hello, baler. There you are. And seriously, right at the end of the row. That's set to first waypoint. We'll delete the course when we're done. And yeah, lots of unsightly tufts like this that the course play and the big M don't play well with. But I have to use course play in order to have the baler able to run the same course. So we come in here, we clear that, we copy that, and we should be all set to go. And that might lower the front, no? Okay. Really didn't take long to fill. So now I can clear the copy temporary course because this tractor now knows about it. So it's going to do the temporary course. It's going to take 13 minutes, 10 minutes for the big M, and that's the big M, and now we have to mess around with the belts. Oh, that's cleared quite deep. I just have to turn it that way. So it's obviously got quite a large detection range into the front, not so much to the side, which is why it didn't pick any of this up. Close off course play, that's all good. Jump out of that and get in that one. Now again, the engine on this one will not be running. Oh. Is that hanging over the trailer? It certainly looks like it is. I would call that a success. You're still mowing, you're still filling, Oh, your engine's still running. We should compact this silage while we still can, while we have the time. Yeah, I've had more than a couple of busy, hectic days in the last. Actually, I didn't take any time off work except for the federal holidays and the our work takes 2 extra days at Christmas and another one at Thanksgiving, where it's just a case of. To be fair, most people aren't working these days, so we'll have a few people in the office to cover those that want to order something, but it doesn't warrant having full staff because there's just not enough customers over Christmas. So I have those days off as well. But we did work 2 days between Christmas and New Year's and straight back to work on the 2nd. But then I had physical therapy on the 2nd and the 4th, and outside of that I had the usually expected. My pricing's all disappeared. I just don't know what happened. Oh, last year you set it to expire on the 31st of December, and guess what? You didn't look and pay attention to all the reports you receive for 60 days before they expire, and extended them out. So that's where they went. But, you know, thank you for playing. I now have to go out there and find the archive of your data to reinstall it. We had 2 of those this year. I'm fairly certain most people notice, although one of them didn't notice till Thursday. Oh, I don't seem to have any pricing. Then we have individual customer pricing, which again, it's more a case of a customer has a metal design widget that they order frequently from us. So what we do is we'll define that widget within our system so they can come in and they know how much we're going to charge per widget for the items, as opposed to a lot of the work is bespoke work. So if general public comes in, we've got to set up all our material cutters and benders and whatever else we're using. So we have a formula for that. But for people who order the same thing over and over again, we tend to have a discount. And that's how that works. And it's not unusual. Anyway, we are done with that. That's awesome. Lift up the weight. We'll back off the silage, and that can be June 2. So July 2 at 9:30 in the morning. 9:20 in the morning. We'll call it 9:30. That will be a full, 128,000 litres of whole crop silage, which will be good. Meanwhile, back this out. And stick it back in the alcove here. So yeah, we've had a few customer, I don't know where my customer's price is gone, but they magically disappeared, issues as well. And part of the problem with the customer ones is if you don't do anything, there is a menu option that you can use to reinstate your customer pricing. Unfortunately, if you do something, then what ends up happening is, where is it there? They'll go in and they'll manually add half a dozen parts, at which point the mass update option doesn't work. It crashes out with "I am trying to duplicate data that is already here" errors. So I have to go in and mess around heavily with trying to copy just the records that you allowed to expire, but you haven't added in. And normally what they're looking at is, I've got 250 records for this customer, in some cases 400. A couple of customers, we've got 300 or 3,500 widgets, and I added manually 10 of them back in, and I realised this is going to take me a long time, so I want someone else to do it for me. And it's sort of, yeah, that's, IT will not do that, but we might have a backdoor method to be able to mass add them back in using system functions to duplicate file data. But yeah, don't, you know, if you know you've got 250 widgets to add back into the system, don't do it manually, because after 10 you're going to get bored. And it makes my job 10 times more difficult. Okay, Big M is done. Unfortunately, can't move on yet until the Renault is finished, and the Renault has 8 minutes to go. I think I did notice there that we're now starting to get paid for our silage again. So we've completed one of the contracts. I think it's the contract that the mower is currently doing. Oh. This is my fault for using very, very large machinery and a very, very restricted travel map. If I was using this in Germany or America or Australia, I would not have problems getting caught up on hedges, but unfortunately UK maps tend to be this constricting, and therefore causing a problem. That said, however, I think it was Saxthorpe Farms, the modder for that didn't put hedges in so much as sort of dirt mounds at the side of the road covered in grass, which actually is more realistic in the UK. And good morning in Patchwork, and welcome to the new year. Welcome to the jungle, or something. Now, I need to... Oh, you're going backwards. You don't want to go backwards. Backwards is bad. We're going to fetch ourselves some bales. And I can probably put that away now. Since we're waiting for, what is it, the silage to fill up and the baler to be done, we don't have an awful lot left to do here. But it means we're going to be finishing these contracts very, very quickly. Boop. Done. We do have to spray that field as well, so it's not going to be all fun and games with bales from right away. 10 done. Cutting some of these a bit fine, and we're leaving grass on the field again. And as I said, yeah, this is no big deal. Not even sure which contract this is going to count towards even, because all of the rest go to the BGA, and I think this is 50% more than we actually need to deliver for field 102. Thereabouts. This is not in a multiplayer, no, Benz. Sorry. But I am perfectly happy to answer any technical questions you might have about Farming Simulator or anything else for that matter. Well, maybe not anything else. This is really just a case of me out in Farming Simulator having fun while everybody else sleeps the morning away. So I guess people who were watching Twitch from the get-go will get to see the first 30 minutes of this stream. Unfortunately, I didn't have my microphone turned on until 9:04, so I may not dump the entire stream over to YouTube, since all it is tractors driving around with no thing. Yeah, I'm using a G29 Logitech steering wheel, and I also have the Cytec FarmSim side panel, which is going strong after about 7 years, although it's having its issues with some of the buttons don't work too well. I could do with a replacement, but that's not happening probably till around March or April. But 7 years on a Cytec side panel, it's a good thing. Especially since I didn't really think that the Cytec equipment was particularly well put together. The steering, I had 2 steering wheels and both of them failed. That's how bad it was. Okay, we want to go transporting position is that button. Unload bales is that button.